Hey everybody, whoa! Hey everybody, it's Travis the Pagan Scholar, and it is day 5 of NanoWrimo. I finally got the screen back and, up in the apartment. We are still unpacking, which makes NanoWrimo kind of difficult, but hey, I'm in it for the long haul, so we're gonna do this. Maybe. So I figured I would explain a little bit more in depth of what I am actually trying to write. Again, I am fudging the rules. I'm not writing a novel. I'm actually writing a philosophical examination, I guess is the best way you can put it, of contemporary paganism through the lens of philosophy. Now I can already hear you. You're saying, Travis, there's so many different kinds of philosophy. What sort of philosophy are you using in NanoWrimo? And yes, I have said in previous videos I'm using existentialism, and so I just decided that I would just come out and show you the exact book that I'm going to be quoting. This is Basic Writings of Existentialism. Anyways, Basic Writings of Existentialism, it's a collection. It's published by the Modern Library Classics. It has Kierkegaard, Nietzsche, Dostoevsky, whatever, Miguel de Unamuno, Heidegger, Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir, Albert Camus, and Ralph Ellison, actually. This book has a really interesting and fun story, and it kind of set me out on the course that I am today. It cursed my life. So a friend of mine back in high school, he was the one who was like, you need to get this book. Doesn't matter if you understand any of it, this is what you need to get. So I was like, okay, whatever. And, being a shithead 17-year-old, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so avant-garde, I'm such a beatnik. But 2 years later, when I was a sophomore in college and had just transferred to Angelo State University for their language program, not their philosophy program, I was in the bookstore getting books for the classes that I was in. I had signed up for modern philosophy or something like that, and I noticed that this book was the assigned text for another class, for existentialism. And I immediately went to a computer, canceled the class that I was in, signed up for that class because I already had the book. And from that class, I grew into existentialism. I became a true existentialist, I suppose you could say. And then when I transferred to UNT, then I changed my major to philosophy, and yeah, it's all because this book. There's nothing super relevant or crazy special about this book. It just was one of those coincidences, and it was like, all right, let's do that. And because of that, I am struggling to write NanoWrimo 2015. So, I also thought it would be fun to give you a really quick rundown of what existentialism is. Everybody can quote this. Sartre, his bumper sticker of existentialism is, existence precedes essence. Okay, so Sartre has this example of a paper cutter, but I'm going to use this book, the Collins Greek Dictionary. This object, this thing in existence, has its essence because when it was created by another person, all of the materials used were put together with the intention and with the idea, the essence of creating a Greek pocket dictionary. However, Sartre is an existentialist and he is an atheist. And Sartre says, since there is no God, man or woman, humanity, has no essence because they were not created by a creator. They have simply come into existence and they must create their own essence. Ergo, existence precedes essence. If Sartre was a theist, he would not be able to state this because then man would have been created much like this pocket dictionary, and man would have an essence. Woman would have an essence. Humanity would have an essence. Anyways. However, the other misquoted or overlooked quote of Sartre's philosophy is, freedom is what you do with what has been done to you. Why is this relevant at all? Because Sartre thinks that there is no essence for humanity, we are doomed to freedom. That means that we are enslaved to freedom. We have no reason, no cop-out to say like, well, the devil made me do it, or it's in my nature. No. Humanity is responsible for all of its choices. And then a lot of people get really upset with that because they don't want to say that, you know, their choices were theirs. They want to push it off on somebody else, and Sartre says, no! And a lot of people don't like that. But, again, that other quote that a lot of people don't look at, freedom is what you do with what has been done to you. Yes, the tragedy that has befallen you is your fault, according to Sartre. However, you are always free to react in any way, shape, or form. If you have become a victim of something, you are not condemned to be a victim because of your essence. You do not have the nature of being a victim. You have the possibility to rise up and be a survivor. You can be, but even that, you don't have to be a survivor. You can choose to be whoever you want to be because you have no predetermined essence. It's total radical freedom. Now, if you haven't already turned off the video because I've offended you with my existential sensibilities, thank you. You've gotten further than most people. I, however, am not an atheist existentialist. And the philosophers, I can already hear you saying that's impossible to be an existentialist and be a theist. Well, I'm pagan, so what I'm actually going to try to be doing in my work is bringing the intersection of the really actually hopeful and wonderful philosophy of existentialism. Existentialism lets you be who you want to be. It lets you do what you need to do. It lets you, it makes you free. Like I promise I'm so much more eloquent in writing. Eloquent, dry, whatever, anyways. However, I wanted to couple that existential freedom with the wonderful, beautiful patterns and rituals of paganism because I myself incorporate the two into my personal practice. If you're following along to my NanoWrimo posts and you're actually reading what I'm writing and you're like, holy shit, no, trust me, it's okay, it gets better. It's not going to be just existentialism. This is sort of how philosophy works. You take a philosopher's work and you say, I like what you did there, but you're stupid. No, anyways. So, guys, I am going to try and get back to writing. It is incredibly hot underneath these lights, and I'm sure my hair is doing great things. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on some of the writing that I'm doing. It might sound itchy, it might feel itchy, it might not be what you like. I promise, I'm not setting out to lambast paganism. I'm actually trying to uplift and support paganism and make it something credible and valid within an academic circle. I know that it's incredible, I know that it's valid, I know that it's wonderful, and I know you know that too. But we gotta get those scholars to pay attention, alright? So, thank you so much for watching. A like is always appreciated, a subscription even more so. And as always, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.